What's up guys, Spoony Shooter here. Today I am going to make a video on how I clean my magazines. I actually don't think I've cleaned these since I've got these. So as you can see, the spring is bad, or not bad, but dirty. The follower is pretty dirty. The magazine tubes themselves are filthy. And I'm gonna clean them. So these are Factory 21 round Sig Sauer magazines, 9mm. They all came like this, with the plastic bottom like that, the rounded, or I guess squared edge actually. I don't remember what you call these, but anyways, this style. Anyways, I actually don't run them like this. I just put this back on for video purposes in case you guys are running them like this. But I'm actually running these Springer Precision brass magazine base plates, which are also +1 with the original floor plate. Anyways, so I'm going to show you guys how to pull off the bottom magazine base plate. If you guys don't already know how, it's pretty simple. You push this little button down right here with a little tiny flat screwdriver, and then with your thumb you can just push it off like that. Keep your thumb there, grab your other fingers, slide it off, and hold it. And the reason why you want to do that, it's pretty obvious, right? It's under spring tension. If you don't do that, it's going to start flying, or it'll fly, the spring will fly out, this will fly out. Probably won't lose anything, but you could, you never know. So set that off aside, pull the spring out, and then you got the follower in there. Oof, that is nasty. I'm going to put some rounds through that. So basically, I already kind of started on one, then I was like, you know what, I'm going to make a video. It wasn't really my plan, but I said, screw it, let's make a video. Why not? So what I'm basically going to do is I'm going to grab a blue rag, and I'm going to take this off. This thing just really comes off, right? Keep in mind the orientation that it's on, because it actually does matter, I believe. I'm pretty sure it matters. Yes, it does. Right, the angle of the spring is kind of, angled upwards if it's going to be in the magazine, and you want your follower to follow the same orientation as the spring in an upward position. See that? Facing upwards. Same with the follower, right? Because that's how it's going to go in your magazine, upwards. So keep that in mind. I'm sure you literally have a 50-50 chance you will know if you put it on backwards. You'll be like, that's not right, when you go to put it back in your magazine tube. Anyways, take that off. Really easy to come off. And what I think I'm going to do is, I got some CLP, which you guys can use whatever you want. I've just been using this stuff for years, so I know that there's better stuff out there nowadays, but you know what, this is good enough for what we're doing. Grabbing a toothbrush, Dollar Tree, go cheap, or you can use your brushes from your gun cleaning kits. And this isn't like extremely important to get this thing super clean, but you know what, if you're doing it, you might as well do all of it, right? It ain't that hard. Super simple, super easy. Get that in there, wipe it off on your rag. Right, it doesn't take very long at all. You can use these gun cleaning swabs. I got these fat rounded ones, and I got these pointed ones. Obviously these pointed ones are for more on the pistol, a little more detailed, but this little fat one works just fine. Just get in there, kind of, just get all the oil, kind of rub more of this stuff that's stuck on there, the stubborn stuff. You don't need to take all that off, right? It's not going to affect the way your magazine feeds your ammo into your chamber or your gun. But just give it a little clean, and voila, there it is. Simple, super simple. Set that off to the side. Next, what I like to do is I like to actually spray on a rag or you can do a brush. Let's just do it like this today, huh? All right, get that on there. All right, you don't really need to do this with a toothbrush, but I'm gonna do it anyways just because, well, I have it out and why the heck not. So, all right, get it all on there like that. Get your rag. Be careful not to bend your spring. Don't be like doing this and torquing it and twisting it. You know, you don't want to do any of that. Get your fingers, kind of pinch your fingers around. You know, you can do this, spin it. All right, just like that. Just get all that stubborn grease and carbon built up, because you'll be surprised you still get some carbon built up in here somehow. Dust from dropping it, you know, when you're running your course and you're doing your mag changes, and you're, you know, a lot of these courses are in dirt and gravel, and you know, that's pretty much it. You don't even really need to oil it, because the oil from your rag, if you want to, you can, but some people say don't do that because it'll attract more grease or more dirt to stick to your spring and may not cycle properly. I don't know. I've always done this. I've never had any feeding issues whatsoever, not even once. Shooting all different types of ammo, different conditions, cold, hot. Anyways, there you go. That's a clean spring, right? Super simple. 2 clean components right there already. Your plate here doesn't really need to be clean, but if you want, you can use that same swab that you used earlier just to get in that little magazine spring groove. Right down here, it doesn't matter because that end doesn't do anything except for sit in the bottom of this or this. So I'm not going to clean this because this is brand new. I basically, as soon as I got these magazines, I took these things off right away. But here are my Springer Precision brass mag plates, mag bases, sorry. You don't really need to use any oil, but hey, why not? It's here. Get all those fingerprints off, all that grime. There's a Allen, little tiny Allen screw in there, and I will show you that here when I put everything back together, what that is for, if you don't already know. Let's get in there, all right. Got a little groove in there for slide onto your actual magazine tube. I'm gonna try to get that any grime in there because these things are kind of a pain in the butt to put on, I'm not gonna lie. They're nice and tight, which you want them to be. You don't want your magazine bases to be all loosey-goosey. Springer Precision makes a really good product. I got Springer Precision, multiple things, Springer Precision for my SIGs. I basically could have bought another gun with how much money I've spent on Springer Precision parts, but that's another video, another day maybe, we'll see. Anyways, so that's that. So you got, let's see, boom, 4 components of the 5 components of your magazine already clean. The last part would be the magazine tube itself. So what I did is I actually bought this kit from Amazon, pretty cheap. It's got a bunch of different brushes in there. I have not tried it yet, so we're gonna try it today for the first time. That's a little too big. Oh, actually no, look at that. Wow. Oh wow, that actually fits perfect. Ooh, I guess I'm gonna use that. Sweet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spray a little bit of oil, all 4 sides in here. And this is my little ammo, my old 380 auto range ammo bucket. I usually throw all my like swabs in here after I'm done cleaning. I'm just gonna run this through here a few times, just so I can catch all the oil on the bottom of it, not flink it up everywhere. So wow, that actually worked really well. Cool. And then we can chew after that, wipe the outside of it. You know, get all that stuff clean. Oh, that actually worked really well. I don't know if you can really see in the video or not because it's kind of dark. I don't have the best lighting. But that actually worked really well. I'm very pleased with that. So what I'm going to do next is I'm actually going to run the same rag that I've been using through the magazine. And what you can do, you can use one of your cleaning rods if you're okay with that. Just push it through. right? Get that, and voila, that's it. That is it. Now obviously if you have some stubborn spots in here, which I don't, I'm really pleasantly surprised how well that cheap Amazon brush worked. Now those are water bottle cleaning brushes. I bought those for, you know, like your hydro flasks, your stainless steel water bottles. It's a kit. It was super cheap. Came with a bunch of brushes, if you could see or not. But anyways, if you have any stubborn spots, maybe you can run your toothbrush in there. Or if you really want to, you can run your actual gun cleaning brush that comes in your kit, which just has a lot stiffer brushes. But like I said, that worked just good enough. That Amazon brush. So that's pretty much it. That's it. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this back together. And I guess for video purposes, just since it's so easy and so quick, I'm gonna put this back together. Remember the orientation of the spring. You want the orientation of how your magazine is gonna sit loading your ammo, obviously like that. Flip it over. This obviously goes only one way. You got this groove in there for your spring. So you want to flip that over. You got square end and you got a rounded end. Square end, rounded end. Pretty simple, right? Pretty straightforward. So I can't make it any easier, to be honest with you. Hold it down with your thumb like that just below the base. Put that back on like that. Boom, that's it. You have a freshly clean magazine. Just like that. Now, just since we're here, I'm going to show you what the Springer Precision base plate is. So basically, you do everything I just did, but instead of this, you put this on, but this goes, I believe, the opposite way, like this. Slides on through the back. Yep, okay, there we go. It goes on like that. Oh. These guys are not as easy to put on as the stock base plates. These grooves right there go on these fins on the magazine tube. I'm telling you right now, oh, that actually went on really easy. Probably because I cleaned it. So you want to make sure it's down all the way, right there. Take a little Allen wrench. Every single Precision Springer Precision base plate comes with its own little Allen. So I mean, I bought 6 or 5 of them, so I got 5 little Allens. Keep one in my range bag. Keep one right here on my workbench. And so you see it right there. So the Allen key is going to come out, and that is just in front of that lip on the magazine, the little flange, little wing on the magazine. You get it in there. All right, and it'll actually tighten up. It'll stop. Hits a stop right there. They designed it so it hits a stop, and that you want to check. Which I actually never had it come loose. I think maybe like I've had to retighten them once when I like first put them on, but other than that, they don't come loose. So that, which I don't think will ever happen because these things are so tight to get on, that makes it so your base plate won't slip off, whether when you're doing a mag change and you're dropping these on the ground, or from whatever, you know, in your range bag, whatever. Anyways, that's pretty much it. That is a clean magazine ready for the next competition. Cool. Hope you guys enjoyed. I got 4 more to clean.